this ship.
Hurry before we drown!
You ain't seen one coming to swim to America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow me. We're heading for the boat.
Not so fast, Garrett!
Don't let her. I want to make sure we're in the lifeboats next to the Astors.
Benjamin, I'm afraid.
Oh, relax, my dear. This ship could hit 100 icebergs, and we wouldn't feel it.
I haven't been in an open boat in my entire life. Sleeping in Vienna or fortune teller told me to beware of the water. Charles, you promised that no matter what, we will always stay together.
I promise, darling.
As long as there's heat and light, I'm staying right where we are. My diamonds, I forgot my diamonds.
Maddie, never mind here. I'll get you new ones when we get to New York.
Reminds me of the time I was on the South China Sea and my ship was attacked by a godless horde of Malay pirates.
Mrs. Cardosa, I'd be very grateful if you could deliver this message to my sister in Ohio. Oh, everything will be all right, Mr. Rogers. If something should happen, I want her to know I was aboard this ship. Your name is on the ship's register, Mr. Rogers. My actual name is Jane Yates. Card sharper? But I want $700 from you. Our game was interrupted.
Captain,
Yes, Mrs. Andrews?
I'm sure it hasn't escaped your notice that there are in excess of 2,200 souls on this ship,
I'm well aware of that.
and space in the lifeboats for less than 1,000.
How many, evidently 20 bullets were enough to satisfy the line. How many would we need to save every man, woman, and child aboard?
We need 54, but the line felt that anything over 20 would take away too much deck space from the first class. And that means that over half of us are going to die in approximately 90 minutes.
Not if the ship arrives.
Do you know of one?
I'm just on my way to find out.
Captain, as to instruct that the first and second class are moving towards the boat deck. The third class has been massed beneath the well deck. Awaiting orders, Captain.
Captain, I don't think the passengers and crew fully comprehend their predicament yet. You'll have to tell them, of course.
Tell them what, Mrs. Andrews? That more than 1,200 of them are already dead? I think not, madam. There would be general panic. They'd kill each other in order to survive.
Awaiting orders, Captain.
What? I want you on top, in charge of loading the boats.
But the third class, they're all below deck.
That's not your concern, Mr. Lightoller. Carry on.
Aye, aye, sir.
Are you taking it upon yourself to decide who lives and dies? I would remind you that while you are the captain, you were not hired to play God.
Then let it be God who decides.
It would appear God is already favoring the first class.
How so?
They're closest to the lifeboats, aren't they?
Then perhaps they'll even the score by sending us a ship.
CQD. Titanic CQD. Situation critical. Repeat. Situation critical.
Radio man, have you seen any ships?
Can't you see I'm busy? Go on with the captain.
This is the captain.
Sorry, sir.
Sit down, Mr.
Right, sir.
Sit down, Mr. Bride.
Yes, sir.
And continue.
Yes, sir.
Have you reached any ships in the immediate vicinity, Mr. Bride?
6 or 7, sir. The closest seems to be Carpathia, a Cunard liner.
I know Carpathia, Mr. Bride.
She acknowledged her CQD at 11:58 p.m., saying they turned in her coming car.
How far is she?
58 miles, sir.
That's over 4 hours.
Carpathia can't be the only ship in the vicinity, Mr. Bride.
There was one other, sir. The California. Her signal was much stronger than the others. I put her within 10 miles. But since the accident, she hasn't responded.
Why not?
I don't know, sir.
EJ! You've got to do something!
What do you suggest, Mr. Ismay?
We need another ship here, immediately.
I'm afraid the closest one is 4 hours away.
4 hours? We'll be on the bottom by then.
What about the California? You said she might be nearby.
I'm sure she is, sir, but still no response.
Why not? You must demand a response.
Smaller ships only carry one radio man, sir. He must have signed off and gone to bed.
We'll keep trying, for God's sake.
There's a new distress call, SOS. It's hardly ever been used yet, but it's easier to read than CQD, and I thought...
Try whatever you like, Mr. Bride. You must rouse that ship.
SOS. Titanic SOS. Situation critical. Kim in California. Where are you, old man? Why the hell don't you answer?
Surely something can be done to help.
Thousands on board, trusty men walk, roused from their sleep, sent up above, unsinkable ship.
transporting lifeboats.
Ben, please stand back.
You and I are getting in the lifeboat. Father will be staying here a while. It will be like rowing in the serpentine. Come along now, let us have a smile.
anything else for that matter.
Rather a pity, actually. It was a good voyage up till now. Quite a few most agreeable people.
Too many climbers, I thought. Seems nowadays anyone with a few $1 million considers himself rich.
So, what do you think, guys? Do we have this coming to us?
The hell you say? For God's sake, Benjamin, what have we ever done?
Well, I can remember something Balzac said. He wrote it. He said, behind every great fortune lies a great crime. So who wants to confess? And who wants to start? Well, gentlemen, we have dressed in our best. Sort of. So this is the way we shall go down. Let's go to our statement.
That water looks colder than the polar bear's keister. And it won't be long till we're in and out to ours. Edgar Bean, hardware.
J. Yates, gambler.
That must be interesting work.
How about a game of two-handed stud to pass the time?
Why not?
I warn you though, I cheat.
That's all right. I don't plan on paying you anyway.
Your wife you saying goodbye to then? Almost. We were going to be married when we got to New York. I was to be married when I got back to England. Seems we're both going to wind up bachelors. Could be worse, sir.
Really?
How? At least we're not making any widows.
Good point. What do you gentlemen say to a nice stiff drink? I'd say one isn't nearly enough.
All 20 votes have been lodged, Captain.
Thank you. You have a remarkably sunny disposition, Mike. How old are you?
14, sir.
I was a cabin boy at 14. What do you call?
Edward, sir.
Really? So am I.
All the first-class ladies are, except for one, are safely away, Captain.
Thank you, Mr. Edges.
Unfortunately, most of the men we know are still aboard. There's no hope, I suppose. I see. Who could have imagined it, sir? They all said she was unsinkable.
Mr. Ismay was fond of boasting that Titanic was her own lifeboat.
That was before he took one of the little ones to save his own skin.
More than anything else, the man wanted a legend. Well, now, by God, he's got one.
Captain, I want you to know that I take full responsibility. I was a senior officer on the bridge. If I were a fit master, I'd have rammed the iceberg head on. If I stayed in the bow, perhaps lost a few people, but the ship would have survived.
I'm sure you did what you thought best at the time, Mr. Murdoch.
You expected more of me, sir. I'm afraid your expectations were misplaced.
The truth is, I've been uncommonly lucky. In my 43 years at sea, I've served on them all the White Star ships. And in all of that time, I've never been in nor even seen a shipwreck, nor any other calamity we're speaking of.
Thousands on board, each in his class. You are the master of all that must pass. Yours to set course, yours to command. You hold
Mr. Edges.
Mr. Strauss, Mrs. Strauss, a glass of champagne.
Why, do we have something to celebrate?
I brought the Cristal, 1898. It's the last bottle left.
It would be a shame to open it.
Under the circumstances, madam, it would be a shame not to.
Won't you join us for a drink, Mr. Edges?
Later, perhaps, sir. I still have my regular people to attend. May I say it's been a great pleasure over the years serving you both.
To us.
Who else? You know you're still a pretty good-looking fella.
I would have to be looking such a beautiful wife. Still, the way I love you still lives in my heart.
After all the years we've been together,
declare this vessel lost. From now on, it's every man for himself.
Like this. And then my the entire football field was out in the dark somewhere.
And after half an hour, it stopped. I'm ashamed to say I was relieved.
Hear those voices for the rest of my life.
Why shouldn't I have taken that place on the lifeboat? It would have gone empty.
There were more than 450 empty seats in those lifeboats.
It was so very cold.
The women were so brave, alone in the dark, in the middle of the ocean.
If only I'd seen the iceberg before it was too late. If only they hadn't kept increasing the speed.
If only the Californian had heard my call and stayed with the Keys at the end, we could have saved every man, woman, and child aboard.
We're only 95 miles from dry land.
By dawn, there was ice everywhere. It was all bathed in pink. Hundreds of deck chairs just floating in the water. And all the poor women and children from third class who didn't have the chance to make it to the lifeboats.
All the